Hey guys, 90s Y2K here. Full disclosure, I already know the grades for this order. This was a 36 card order sent to PSA. They received it back on March 27th. It finally delivered to my P.O. box today, August 8th. Yeah, end of March, early August. On top of that, these grades are absolutely awful. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm generally pretty good success rate in what I feel like the cards are going to get. I don't only send in things that get 10s. I also send in 90s, 2000s cards that I think have a good shot at getting a 9, sometimes an 8. Sometimes I just want to protect the card. So, pretty good idea of what cards should be. And these grades are freaking awful. I actually feel for the first time like PSA just basically stole money from me. So, without further ado, here we go. This is a Rip Hamilton Sweet Sigs, numbered at 18. I didn't really see much wrong with the card. And I pulled a effing 6. I really don't get it. That's obviously the plastic. I don't know, man. I really don't get what they saw. I guess, I don't know if that's part of the design or that's just chipping from the card, but I don't know. A 6 just doesn't seem right. Let's see here. This is a T-Mac 2013. It's numbered out of 49. I knew this corner was a little soft up here, had a little touch of white, but ultimately I thought it was pretty good for being a thick card, and looked like it was centered pretty good. Top and bottom sides. And it pulled a 7. So a lot of these things I'm just going to freaking crack out because this is just garbage. I'll probably send them to SGC. Another T-Mac, Fabric Reflections from 2005. It is numbered out of 50. Thought this was pretty good. I was expecting like an 8 because it's a patch card, and it pulled a 7. I had a Kobe Bryant triple diamond patch that was graded from PSA, and it pulled a 7. And I'm just saying, like, the sides were all boogered up. It was mostly black, dark green front, black back, and there was just chipping and stuff all over. And it looked like a 7. This does not look like a 7. I almost feel like I was blackballed because I complained about the fact that they lost a card. I don't know. This is a Tony Batty. Rivals, his rookie card. It's numbered out of 1090. This is the uncommon refractor, both sides. This is a beautiful card. This should have been a 10, and it pulled a 9. Why? I mean, I just don't understand how much. I don't know. Let's see here. This is the Jordan Skybox EXL Blue. Looks really good for having dark backgrounds. Thought everything looked pretty darn good. And it pulled a 9. Great. Big whoopty. This card pissed me off the most. This is a beautifully centered, for this set, refractor of Ron Harper. The back is really well centered. These backs are usually off considerably. This looks great. I even looked at some of the other 10s, the examples, to kind of compare to see maybe if I had a shot at a 10. And this was without a doubt in the realm for 10 territory. And it pulled a friggin' 8. Piece of shit. Pardon my French. Another one. This is the Christian Laettner and Grant Hill Class Axe Refractor. The centering on this is really good for this card. They're usually pretty off on the back, and almost equally as off on the front sometimes. This was a really good example. I looked at other ones that were 10s, and apparently, unfortunately, they don't do any sort of referencing of previous grades to make sure that they're grading consistently with conditions of the cards they're looking at now. that are being graded, and it pulled an 8. No reason. No reason for that at all. I mean, I don't understand what they're expecting then. If this isn't a 9 or a 10, for a 90s refractor, I don't understand. Terrible. Donovan Klingen. This is his draft picks, gold. Yeah, to 10, and, freaking whatever, 9. And there's Hallie to 49. 9. Yeah, why not? Looks really good, so of course he got a 9. This is the Brunson. Really doesn't look that bad. These look pretty close. As far as the top to bottom, the left to right looks great. The back looks, that looks good enough to me. That left to right looks pretty good. I know it's not absolutely perfect. It's not dead nuts, but I've seen plenty of cards recently, even still with the new grading standards, that skate through with a 10 there. And of course, it's not. It's a 9. This is like one of the only bright spots. This is my Penny Playmakers from Flair, and I got a 10. Great. Let's see here. Who is this? Oh, this is a joke. This is a Dennis Rodman. Refractor, best techniques, and it pulled a 7. Tell me, I even looked to make sure that the centering on his shoe looked pretty good, even top to bottom. I've seen 10s that are very similar to that, and it's actually not that much of a difference between that top of that logo, bottom of that logo. Yeah, I really, the back is centered, left to right. Really don't get it. These corners are, they're crisp, but I don't get it. Another sham. This is a Gary Payton the glove, refractor, catalyst. Nice card, even with the black. That's just a standard, the film that's on the refractor film, and it got an 8. So there's a dimple there, but just frustrating because I've been grading 90s refractors for a long time, and they're I'm not saying that cards that don't deserve a 10 should get a 10, but I'm saying that if you're going to be grading cards subjectively without the help of AI or any sort of objective tool, and it is subjective, then there ought to be some sort of almost like a bell curve, like a grading curve for certain cards. So some cards are notoriously printed off center, or notoriously printed with some sort of hickeys or dimples or things like that. There should be some sort of a bell curve for that. That allows those cards to grade higher, even with those, considering that none of the cards that were produced in that set generally will be without them. Anyway, so this is a Vince Carter refractor, again with the dark. It's probably hard to see in my camera, but this is so nice. It doesn't even look bad at all. 9. This Iverson, this looks freaking awesome. I've seen this with a 10 that had white chipping on the inside of this die cut. It was more off center. I don't know. And it pulled a 9. So this one here, same as this. This is the Grant Hill Tribute. Left to right, pretty good. A little heavier on the right. But the corners look great for being a dark card. The back is centered really well. There's really no chipping at all around here or at the front. And it pulled an 8. This is Antonio McDyess. One of a kind. Corners look good. I knew there was a scratch on the front here on the card, but I thought the corners looked pretty darn good. The back looked good as well. That corner was a little bit soft. but it's numbered out of 150, and it's the one of a kind, so I was expecting an 8 or higher, and they gave it a 6. I mean, I have seen 6s before, even Pokemon, I mean, that are way worse condition. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. This one, another BS grade in my opinion. This is a freaking flawless Jordan. I love you, heroes. The edges of this and the corners just look awesome for this card. This card is so hard to find in good condition. So a lot of the 10s that are listed, that were given 10s, don't even look this good. And I pulled an 8. I mean, what are we doing, PSA? This is an 8? This is an 8. I don't even know. I have no words for it. This is the Marcus Camby Metal Universe Titanium. These are awesome cards. This was one I just picked up raw. I expected it to get like, I don't know, 7 or an 8. I just wasn't really sure how to grade these. Wasn't expecting much. And I got a 9. So of all things, that gets a 9. And then here we go. This is a Penny Hardaway. This is the Best Shots Refractor. I knew this was going to be a little off. Thought it'd maybe be like a 9 or an 8. This is a little too far away. This stripe of this ribbon should be over here right into the corner of the card. But I thought otherwise it looked pretty good. It's the refractor, which of course we love. And it pulled a 7. Yep. More junk. Freaking awful. This is the Allen Iverson Characteristics, the Clear Futures. This is a cool card. I love this card. Picked this up raw. Looks really good. I mean, for being a die cut, again, these corners are great. And for being dark colors, I mean, come on. Looks really good. So what'd they give me? Probably a 10, right? Oh, friggin' 8. Here we go. This is the KG refractor of the Best Shots. Again, like you can see here, this goes, the ribbon goes up more into the corner of the card, which is the way it's supposed to be. And the other 10s that I've looked at, that is the centering that they have had. And so this got a 10, right? Nope, got an 8. Yeah, again, makes sense. This card, I threw this in. I was expecting this to get a 9, just to add to the Jordan collection. I don't usually send in paper cards like this because the corners are terrible and they're always like missing like little like peel offs of the corners in the back and the front that I miss. So I wasn't going to send it, but I thought, you know what, why not just fill out the submission. And so this one, I actually thought that I had seen a couple, like the corners were a little bit soft on the back down here on these two corners. So I wasn't really sure. So naturally I expected an 8 and it got a 10. Yeah. Here is the Penny Hardaway. This is the rare of the 1996 refractor. I'm sorry, finest, not the refractor. But this card is centered really nice for these. Even the back is a little bit off. I see that. But the 9s and 10s, some of them are almost as bad as this. Believe it or not. Now, I know they changed the standards. But I was expecting, I mean, the front is 10 worthy, but I was thinking a 9. So naturally I got it 7, because that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I feel like they did me so effing dirty on this whole order, and I think it's because I bitched and complained about the fact that they, essentially, what I say, they lost a card. Michael Olowokandi, his rookie card. This is the refractor. It is numbered to 400. Again, this is a dark corner, and look at that. There's no white. Another dark corner, no white. Another dark corner, no friggin' white. This looks great. So this, got a 10, right? No, got a 9. Here we go. Stephon Marbury. This is the exceptional red. Love these die cuts. They're really cool. Centering is a little bit off. I can see that. The black border is a little bit thicker down here than it is up here. And obviously left to right. It's not awful, really, left to right, to be honest with you. It's more of a top and bottom issue. And then there is some chipping around here, which you'll see. Not like the, obviously here is a similar die cut, and you can see the difference in how well the edges are on this card, the Iverson that got an 8. So, obviously this is not as good, condition-wise. So, you know, what did this get? It got a 7. Well, at least that makes sense if you're starting from a terrible grading point. And here you go. This is a Grant Hill and Vince Carter combo materials. Super cool. Numbered out of 50. Thought it looked really good. This is not white on the card. This is actually the other side of the ball. There's a little bit of negative space on the card. Card itself looks really nice. It is a little bit off-center, left to right on the back. You can see that, left to right, just a tad. So, you know, what do you think, like a 9? It is a thicker card, maybe an 8. I don't know. Oh, a 5. A friggin' 5. Pardon my French. Give me a fucking break. Unreal. Unfriggin' real. Here we go. Al Horford, his a rookie patch, numbered out of 50. UD Premier. It's pretty good, huh? Yeah. A little bit off-center, top to bottom. You can see the design there, a little bit more on the back part of that design than you can here. But, I mean, honestly, that's not awful. And so what did the Al Horford get? An 8. Yep. Yeah, why not? Why not? Mari Stoudemire. This is the Jersey Gold. The Authentics, numbered at a 100. Looked really good. Those corners are pretty good for being dark. I mean, I don't really see anything. I wouldn't have sent it if I did because it's a patch card. I usually don't send in thick patch cards to PSA, especially if I think they're going to get a bad grade. But gosh, all that gold looks great. Doesn't that look great? Yeah, so like a 9 maybe, 8. Yeah, just an 8. That's it. Just an 8. And here we go. We have Larry Johnson, Antoine Walker, Vin Baker, and Maurice Taylor. The Atomic Refractor, do love these. They're super cool. Everything looks really good. And it pulled a 9. Yeah. Why that wouldn't be a 10, I'm not sure. Looked pretty good in the centering to me. 99, Topps Chrome, Shaq. Not the refractor, but you can see here, if you count these hashes and these hashes and these hashes and these hashes, well centered on the front. I mean, it's almost completely dead nuts on the front. The back looks pretty good. I don't see any white on the dark corners at all. And it pulled an 8. And here we go. This is the Allen Iverson die cut embossed. Always like the standing O's. They're pretty cool. You can see it's, off center, left to right on the back. So based on how they graded some of the other stuff, I'm sure it won't be a 10. And then obviously left to right, it's a little bit heavier on the right than it is on the left. So this probably got, what? Oh, yeah, because that makes sense, a 10. Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. So good thing they did that. So glad for that. Latrell Sprewell. Footprints. The Fleer shoebox. They're numbered out of 150. It's got the shoebox, or the shoe print shoebox indicator there. Numbered out of 150. I thought this looked really good. Again, I don't send paper cards in because of what I mentioned earlier. And I thought the centering looked pretty good. Yep, and that got a 7. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I see a lot of things wrong with the surface. There's a lot wrong. It's just peeling like crazy, isn't it? Look at that. It's just, good thing I got a 7. Good thing. I would have been too happy for a 10. 2005, Topps Chrome, Eddie Griffin Gold Refractor. Numbered out of 99. Again, the centering here isn't perfect, but generally speaking, the graders they will be a little bit more lenient on these because these are notoriously printed off-center, and finding one that's centered like this is difficult to do. So, what did this get? Well, naturally, it got a 9. This one, I thought this was going to be a 10. This is a Kobe Bryant. This is the highlight reels foil version of the card. There is a regular Topps Chrome and refractor version, I believe. This is just the foil version, but it's a really cool card, and they're actually kind of hard to gem. There's a lot more of the Topps Chrome that are more prevalent than the foil here. So here we go. I thought this was pretty good for a paper card that's mostly paper card and stock on the back. Looks pretty well centered. didn't see anything wrong with it. They look really good. This edges, the corners look good, especially that dark corner down there. Got an 8. And the last one of this miserable order is a Vince Carter 3D NBA Stars. I thought this was a 10. This looked really good, especially with the dark corners and the dark back. I mean, nothing at all. And it pulled a 9. So, this whole order, I walked away with 3 10s, and it's just shameful. It's just shameful. I'm very disgusted, disappointed, and honestly, I think PSA should be ashamed of themselves that they're actually charging and taking money away from people for awful, completely shit grades like this. Like I said, I've been doing it for a long time. I know what to look for, and if I expect a 10, I have a good reason for it, and if I expect a 9, I have a good reason for it, and so on and so forth. But these grades were just, terribly disappointing, and I feel like it was just a way for them to push things through, get the money, and the focus for providing true, unbiased, consistent grading is starting to go away. And that's really disappointing for a company that's as large and as monumental as PSA. That's why I moved away from Beckett, because their grading standards started to get really weird, and I felt like the grades that were coming back became very inconsistent. And so I switched to PSA exclusively, and it really just kind of came to a head, and I guess this is the inflection point where I decide, do I continue doing PSA orders, or do I maybe go to SGC or somebody else, or maybe go back to Beckett. I'm hesitant to go to anywhere else just because of the fact that I don't like the half grades. They drive me nuts. I can't stand them. But, if you're going to grade everything like this, it's in a 9 and below, then maybe the half grades would be better with SGC. I think a lot of these that graded 9 or 8s, even 7s, I feel like you have a better shot at getting a 9 or 9.5. These grades are just awful. So I'll be cracking out a lot of these. A lot of these are going to get cracked and, just paid the bill for no reason. So hopefully you guys don't have anything like that you have to share. But if you do, feel free to let me know in the comments. Let me know if you think I got screwed, graded a little harshly, or if you think things looked maybe they looked right. Maybe you agreed with something. I thought overall, not every card's going to be flawless. So, a lot of these I do expect to have some minute flaws, and some of them I did see the minute flaws. But to get 6s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, I'm just saddened, really, just disappointed and discouraged by the business that PSA has going now. So, all right, well, again, terrible reveal. Wish it could have been on better terms. My last order that I had gotten back a couple months ago, I did not do the reveal because I was also disappointed with the grades, but it was a mixture of baseball, football, and basketball. And I kind of thought, if this is a foreshadowing of what's to come for my 36 card 90s lot, I'm going to be up the creek without a paddle. And that's what happened. So, all right, well, I guess happy collecting maybe, and we shall see.